Today, we're going to craft and draw a picture of an excavator. Let's get our materials. You will need scissors and glue, a pencil for tracing and drawing, something circular and something rectangular to trace. I'm using a bottle cap and a board book. It's a Dr. Seuss. You'll also need some paper. You'll need 4 pieces in total, 1 black, 1 yellow, and 2 white. If you don't have any colored paper, don't worry. You can use all white paper. Just be sure to grab some markers or crayons to color your white paper. Next, it's time to trace and cut. You might need a grown-up to help you with this part. First, get your yellow paper and trace a rectangle right in the middle. If you're using white paper, do the same thing, then color it yellow. Next, cut out the rectangle. Here's your rectangle. Now put that rectangle aside and draw 4 lines like this on the leftover yellow paper. Cut along those lines to create 2 long, thin rectangles. Here are the pieces that you should have now. 1 thick rectangle and 2 thin rectangles. Put those pieces aside and grab your black paper. Trace and cut out another rectangle. Next, cut that rectangle in half to make 2 smaller rectangles. And put all those pieces aside for a moment. Now grab some scrap yellow and scrap black paper, trace and cut out 2 black circles and 1 yellow circle. Now it's time to grab your glue. We're going to build our excavator using all those pieces we just cut. Lay out your remaining full sheet of white paper. We'll glue our pieces onto this. Start by gluing on the yellow rectangle. Now, glue 1 black circle in each lower corner. Next, take one of the smaller black rectangles and glue it on top of the yellow rectangle. This is the cab of the excavator. The second black rectangle is next. Cut it in half and glue each half along the bottom of the yellow rectangle between the black circles. Our excavator is really coming together now, but it still needs a few very important parts. Glue on the 2 thin yellow rectangles, just like this. Next, take the yellow circle and cut it in half, and glue it onto the very end of the second thin rectangle. As a final step, you could use a scrap piece of white paper and cut a small rectangle for a window in the cab. The excavator's all done. Here's one I made using colored paper and one I made using crayons to color white paper. I like them both. This was a fun crafting project for me. I hope that you had fun too. Just before we go, if you enjoy drawing, you might enjoy this project I found on the website Art for Kids Hub. Ask your grown-up to check the link in our Facebook post and have a go at drawing your own excavator. That's all for me today. Thanks for crafting, and I'll see you next week.